Previously on Tales from the Humpback Sky.
Fucking let me out.
Is the gravity like the same as now, or do we get to do cool jumps?
Where are these coming from?
I've never even swung this mall before. The Red Kurgan's mall.
You're the demon guy, right?
I've never been on one of these ships, to be honest. They keep us pretty separated. You will die in this place.
Well, that's a thing to say, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Ridge didn't say anything.
What?
You grab the lower half to pull the rest of the body out, and the lower half detaches from the torso. False witness. Witness. You then, to your horror, hear a chorus of voices around you as Owen, Thalorg, Alistair, Dukebone, the Squid Space Wizard, twist their bodies and begin to rise, their bones cracking, the flesh ripping as they separate from themselves and twist upwards. Their eyes now hollow, their hands now stained crimson, also point as they rise above you. False witness. Westward false witness. Witness false witness.
Just to check I heard you correctly, Owen and Thalorg and everyone did that. They rose up, bones breaking, pointed at me and said that.
Correct.
Holy shit. I think Sophia Ridge panics, scuttles backwards, arms out in front of her. She's just horrified. I think her instinct is to run.
Okay. Owen, as you look at these two bodies, suddenly Ridge cries out. You see as they begin to look upwards as if there is something moving towards the ceiling. And then with a cry, they begin to move and skitter back incredibly quickly with terror on their face.
Oh, okay. I take my maul out and start swiping the air. Get back, you invisible bastards, you ghosts, you space ghosts, you get out of here.
What does Ridge see when Owen is doing that with them all?
What you see is the Owen intestine separator creature is just moving back and forth in this kind of serpentine motion. You then see the larger blue-skinned ruined form of Thalorg is beginning to snake towards you as it says, false witness, false witness. Can you roll under your luck for me?
Oh, man. Okay. How is my luck these days? I've got a little bit of luck left. Fail.
Okay. It comes up to you, and it's beginning to wrap itself around you. Oh, and what you see is Thalor going, Ridge, calm down. And he's trying to hold Ridge down and pin Ridge.
Ridge takes her silver arrow and attempts to stab it in this Thalor creature's eye.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Sure.
We'll use your rapier skill.
Rapier skill? Okay.
Yeah.
16.
Oh, you beat Thalorg.
Okay, and should I do damage as a bow?
Do damage as a dagger. So, do you have the damage table in front of you?
I don't do that.
I've got one for knife.
Oh, okay. Knife, yes. We'll do damage as knife.
Okay, hang on. I rolled a 2.
Okay, so that's 2 damage.
Yeah. So Ridge, she sees a horrified, twisted form of Thalorg trying to grab her and suffocate her. So she stabs the eye in an attempt to get it to let her go so she can flee from this place.
You see the creature reel back and screech out in pain, and then takes a massive hand and attempts to strike you. Can you roll against it, please?
Okay. Another 16.
Okay, yeah, you managed to block that strike. Owen, you see as Ridge panicking and entwined with Thalorg. Thalorg is trying to calm Ridge down as he's going, Ridge, just calm, and to see Ridge just stab him with a silver arrow. As he goes, Owen!
Yeah, look, he's been bamboozled by some kind of space ghost, I think. The ones that were whispering, the crazies in her ears. It's space ghost. It's got to be. You hold him. I'll help you. Grisvit Susk, the space squid. Have you dealt with ghosts?
You see the space wizard is in the midst of incanting something. The orb is floating in front of them. And what I need is, give me a second, I'm just going to grab the spell that's being cast.
As Stephen, I'm horrified to hit that log. But anyway.
I'm going to say, when you were like rolling your dice, you sounded gleeful.
Can you roll another silver arrow damage, another knife damage? Roll another D6 for me, please.
1.
Okay,
2.
So that's another 2 points of damage. This strange, incomprehensible language emanates from the wizard. As their tendrils begin to writhe, the orb glows this white hot color and this brightness begins to emit. And then there is this ringing sound that begins to emanate from the orb. And then the orb shoots out from the wizard, bathing Ridge in light. And then you see as this strange miasma, like thick, inky black smoke, begins to emanate out of Ridge and then disperse into nothing. Ridge, you are enveloped by this horrific monstrosity that was once Thalorg. You then see the serpentine, intestined creature that was once Owen is making its way towards you with this hungry look in its eyes. And then there is this brightness like a burning white sun. And you feel this horrific moment of pain and searing loss and agony within yourself. And then clarity. You have just stabbed Thalorg in the arm. He is crying out as he tries to hold you down, but he is clearly and obviously Thalorg.
Oh, no. What have I done? She sucks back the arrow so that it's out of him and says, oh no, Thalorg, I'm so sorry. I was tricked. I saw something that, oh no, you okay?
It's not your fault, Ridge. You had the space crazies because of a space ghost.
I saw bodies breaking, your skin parting, you were up in the air, you had this evil look in your eye, and you were all whispering this phrase to me, false witness. I don't know what it means.
Textbook space crazies because of space ghosts, if you ask me. But it's out of you now, so we're all good. Thalorg, do you need a coconut crispy biscuit, or are you all right, mate?
He's rubbing his arm where the 2 wounds are bleeding a little, but he looks at you and he shakes his head and he says, no, it'll be okay. I can handle myself, I think.
No, you absolutely can. That was never the question, mate. Of course you can. Yes. Owen picks up an old bit of astronaut helmet off the ground and a bit of pipe and bangs it. Bang, 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 bang. Pirate meeting. Time for a pirate council. Pirate council. Ding, 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 ding. Gather round. Pirate council.
I think while this happens, Sophia is going over to Thalorg and rips a bit of cloth from the clothing under her chrome shroud to sort of wrap the arm, and is sort of just taking care of him. And then when she's done that, gives him a hug.
Yeah. As you're wrapping his arm and looking, you looking up at him, there is genuine tenderness in his eyes and a genuine sense of care and concern as he looks at you. There is not a shred of any kind of frustration or tension or anger in his look. And as you hug him, he brings you in and you feel the embrace warmly and tightly.
I honestly think that makes Ridge feel worse. The fact that there's just no animosity towards him of what I've just done. Oh, he's such a nice guy. She's just like, oh, I don't deserve a friend like this.
He breaks the embrace and then turns towards Owen. The others gather around. You see that Grisvitsusk, the squidtoid space wizard, is holding the orb back in their squid-like appendages, but they are breathing quite heavily and they look a little diminished and tired.
All right. I've called a council of pirates because we got space ghosts. I don't know how else to say it. They're space ghosts and they're giving people the space crazies. We're hearing things that aren't here talking when we're seeing things that aren't here doing. So, I don't know. Is this something that you come across, Gizzy? Alistair, can you hop on Interdimensional Wikipedia and look up space ghosts for me? Duke, you got anything to add?
Duke, sucking on his cigar, takes it out of his mouth and he says, well, haven't come across anything quite like space ghosts before, but nothing's unheard of in the Humpback Sky, I suppose, being this is some kind of a demon ship, right? As he looks at you, Ridge.
I can't remember if we rolled last time. Does Ridge know anything about within the conclave? Anything about not mind control as such, but being able to create auditory or ocular hallucinations? Is there any sort of power that I'm aware of that does this?
You can make a history check with advantage.
Okay. Yes, I got just under, yes.
From what you felt, what you saw, and then what you are feeling now, the after effects, there's a film of cold sweat. You feel a little nauseated. You feel a little tired. You feel perhaps that for a moment, some malign entity had perhaps possessed you in some manner. Not in a way that it could necessarily control you, but more that it possessed your senses and forced you to see something that wasn't there. And this is definitely something that demons, not all demons, because demons are as different as any other kind of creature, more so. But this is certainly something that you have heard of, if not come across before.
So it's more likely that this is originating from a demon rather than the power of the Conclave Inquisitors.
Yes, you feel that there is some sort of demonic force potentially at play here, that this is not something that the Conclave would have weaponized necessarily.
Cool. Owen, I think you're not far off from ghosts, but there's a demon of some sort on this ship which has the ability to make us see and hear whatever it wants. And I don't know how we're going to protect ourselves or how we can trust what we see going forward.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my question. Like, bloody hell. Like, what do? Do we get tinfoil wrap around our noggins or what? Like, how do we stop this from happening? Because I can't be every 5 steps hallucinating or, seeing things that aren't there. I'll end up bashing people's heads in with me more by accident.
Grisvitsusk steps forward and in this kind of slurpy kind of tone says, I can perform some exorcisms further as I have just applied to our companion here, as they gesture towards Ridge. But my magic is not infinite.
Yeah, it did look like it took a lot out of you.
I wonder if this demon thinks that I'm with the Conclave because of how I look and how I'm dressed. I don't particularly have any grudge against demons at this point. Maybe if I could speak to this demon or communicate it with it in somehow and let it know we're actually not here for it.
What if you shouted in Abyssal, back off, I don't care, we're fine, chill out.
Okay, Ridge is going to shout in the Abyssal tongue, and if you want me, I can roll it because it's a language skill. That I am not with the conclave. We are not here for any demons. You don't need to fear us.
Okay.
Also, ask it if it's a ghost because we don't know for sure.
and are you a ghost? And Owen wants to know, are you a ghost? Yeah.
We don't want to make any assumptions. Yeah, I think this will be a contested roll. So can you roll your...
My abyssal, because it's extremely high.
Yeah, roll your abyssal. And you want it to be a high number.
Yeah.
Let me just...
17.
17? Okay, give me a second. All right. So you kind of just translate essentially what you have said.
Yes.
You call it out into this...
I would really like to know what that sounds like actually, though, Stephen.
Yeah, go for it.
I did it in the past, and it sounded, and I don't actually like the way I did it, but I know I have to stick with it because it's canon.
You absolutely do not have to stick with it. You can do whatever you want.
It was like backwards. It sounded like backwards speech.
Yes, up, Nick, what? Yeah, that what it is. Wow,
That was really good.
Yeah, it's great. You say this ridge out into the space. There's no response except for the silence, the slight groaning, ominous creaking of the ship. Duke Bone, looking around, just says,
Well, that's ominous. All right. Well, Alistair.
and he turns to the thinking engine. Alistair looks at him. Yes?
You, this whole business with, demons and, creatures of infernal design, well, you don't have any, kind of a mind or a soul, so to speak, do you?
No, I am a programmed inorganic, biomechanical creature. I am not affected by such things.
There you go. Well, I mean,
He looks at the rest of you.
that's gotta be helpful for something, right?
Yeah, definitely. And for the rest of us, if we come up with like a safe word, if we start hearing things or seeing things that are super freaky nana, or that we sound like we are intelligent, like super with it dudes and squids, if we see something that we're like, well, that could potentially not be real, we could have a safe word that we shout to let everybody know that the demons / space ghosts are doing their horrible hypno brain magic. Yeah?
Okay. Why do we make the word night pig?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Exactly. Let's do something that's not going to freak it. Let's say
Marmalade.
pickleball.
Pickleball.
Marmalade's good. We'll make it marmalade.
Right. Okay, marmalade it is.
Yeah, you start hearing someone in your ear going, "Oh, you suck. You're the worst. Everyone hates your slam poetry." You just yell marmalade, and we'll know what's going on.
Okay. You got that, Duke Bone? You were happy?
Yeah, marmalade. Marmalade
Yes.
it is.
And
Yeah,
Grisford?
so you see something. You see the ghost of your mum, and she vomits beetles. You go, marmalade. And then you turn to Alistair and you go, Alistair, is there the ghost of my mum vomiting beetles here? And Alistair will go, beep, boop, boop, no. And we can keep going.
If we're seeing things, the demon might make us see Alistair as something else or change what he's saying. So we can't trust that. But at least people will know that we're going crazy. We're seeing things or hearing things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
plan
I
out.
mean, yeah, you see his Duke Bone kind of, he nods and he points to you, Owen, and goes,
Well, you know, you're a colossal failure, and you belong in the shitter where we should have dropped you when you were born.
Marmalade.
oh, we got one. What? You see, like, Alistair's like, what did you hear?
Did Rich hear that? Is it a
No,
genie?
no.
Or is Duke Bone fucking with him?
Bitcoin doesn't know my rich and delightful character backstory.
No,
True.
Duke Bone has no idea about Owen's toilet backstory.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you heard, Reg, was Duke Bone just being like,
Sounds like a great plan to me. Marmalade works well.
All right, marmalade, everyone, marmalade. So I'm being effed with orally. I'm hearing things that Duke Bone's saying that he can't possibly know, trying to talk to my inner fears about who I am as a person. So Marmalade. But I'm not freaking out about it because I now understand what's happening.
Okay.
Marmalade, I think it's over.
There is a thunking noise and then a hum, and you see Alistair has connected some underwiring and tubes in the main console hub, and illumination begins to flicker, and light begins to exorcise the shadows from the atrium.
Nice one, Alistair.
We have power here, at least. It is unclear how much of the connections will go to the rest of the ship, but here we have power. And then he points to the different spaces as he's kind of referring to this holographic overlay that is beginning to appear on the hub. This will be helpful.
Now, I don't think we should spend more time on the ship than we have to, with at least one demon roaming about. Do you have any information about where we might be most likely to find relics or even life forms from the planet that were taken before it was excommunicated?
Alistair is looking at the schematics that are currently kind of flickering with this strange greenish faded light. And he says, well, directly behind us is, of course, the harborage. Directly in front of us, that will take us to the engine sacristy and also the command pulpit. To our direct left is the archives and the metal carnal vault. And then to the right is the rectory, which I believe will also take us to the quarters, the armory, and the reliquary.
Reliquary. Is that the kind of place where relics are kept?
I believe so.
Okay. So is there is it sort of a linear path through all those places, or can we gun it to the reliquary, or, yeah?
Alistair begins like, what's that Minority Report style, kind of moving through the schematics. There is a little bit Tom Cruise.
Yeah, like Iron Man.
Yeah. It's like Iron Man when he's doing the whole time travel. You know, when he's like
moving hologram screens.
Yeah. So he begins moving through. He said there is a little bit of warping and damage in the schematics here. I cannot be sure, but yes, I believe so. I believe that the reliquary will be where such items would certainly have been placed. Yes.
And the armory you said was on the way, right?
Yes, correct. The rectory,
Sweet.
I believe, holds entrance to the quarters, the armory, and the reliquary.
Oh,
That sounds awesome.
I would quite like to go to the armory as well. Perhaps I might find a replacement for the sword I had to throw away.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Thaylog? We'll go that way?
Yeah, I will go where you lead. It sounds good to me.
Alrighty-o.
So you make your way towards the...
Riding in our cool machine.
You drive your way to
Yeah.
the opening, the doors that lead to the rectory. You can see that there is the sign above. It is flickering. And as it flickers, you notice that the words are jumbled, and for a moment the sign goes black and then flickers very quickly with the letters N-O and kind of janky, and then it flickers back to rectory.
So there's been a U, a UR, and an NO.
Yes. The doors are closed. Alistair, making his way over to them, begins to focus his attention to the control panel. It doesn't take much time when the doors open with a hiss. There is a slight change in air pressure, and the hall opens. Making your way through, the passageway is fairly narrow, but the small go-kart-like mobile is still able to navigate through without too much problems. You find yourselves in a small squared space. Here you see at the very center is a large spire. Around it are multiple taps and funnels and tubes that all lead to various bowls and cups and dishes, all on a large, thick wooden table that surrounds the entirety of the space. In each corner of the room, you see what look to be small confession boxes. And Ridge, although you might not have been on a ship like this necessarily, you recognize these as meditation pods. You also see a few benches and chairs, giving you a sense that this is a common room of sorts. And the spire seems to be some kind of nutrient dispenser. You then see several doors that lead from this space, each also flickering in strange, unusual ways. You can see the sign for the quarters, which as it flickers, the letters C-O-N seem to mutate out of the letters. Looking at the sign leading to the reliquary, the words seem to fuse together and form the letters K-O-R. And finally, looking to where the armory is displayed, the letters F-E-R flicker for a moment and then disappear.
Interesting.
I can't spell.
Marmalade, 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 marmalade.
Oh, Marmalade. Marmalade. Thaylog, you're all right, mate. Thaylog, you're okay. Do you hear me? Say, I'm cool.
Just don't get too close. He might freak out. Just give him some space and wait for it to pass.
Tell Alistair what you're experiencing.
He puts his hands on his over his eyes and he says,
Those taps and spigots are all spewing out blood. It is foul, and it is steaming, and it is boiling, and it looks as if it is going to eat through the wood and the metal.
All right, that is not happening.
He breathes heavily, and Alistair, his eyes making those slight mechanical sounds as they adjust. I can confirm that it is not happening. And Thalorg takes a breath. He calms down. He says,
Okay, thank you.
Good work. The system works, everyone. This is great. Okay.
Go
Confidence.
Team Marmalade. Great. Can we see into all of the meditation pods?
you can't. They are all closed off currently, but if you want to investigate one, you are more than welcome to.
How many are there? Because I think Ridge just wants to check. I feel like it would be a good place for a small demon to hide in a meditation pod. I think she just wants to check all of them.
Okay. You immediately kind of make your way. You open up the first. It is empty. The second is empty as well. Opening up the third, however, inside there is the remnants of a demon stalker.
Fresh or desiccated?
Similar to the ones that you saw. It has been dead for a while. The flesh has become paper-like. Again, it seems as if they have ripped out their eyes. You can see remnants of kind of dried blood on their fingers. And once more, they are without a silver sword.
And is the amulet melted and burned as well?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. I was looking around. I don't think we're going to find a demon here, but it looks like the crew of this ship were driven insane. They ripped out their own eyes, possibly to stop seeing whatever visions this demon is sending them. So whatever we're dealing with, if it can take down an entire crew of trained demon hunters and inquisitors, this is something we need to be really careful of.
Yeah, but they didn't have the marmalade technique. I think we're going to be fine.
True.
Okay, so we go to this reliquary first, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
I will see if I can open the doors. Alistair makes his way. He begins going through the process. As he does, he says, this is proving to be a little bit more difficult. There is some kind of mechanism here that it needs extra authorization. This is not going to be easy. Give me a moment. He takes a few more moments and begins kind of clattering on the keys. And then there is a whirring noise and then another set of doors clunk down in front of the reliquary. And then there is more whirring sounds. And you hear the sound of like metallic balls like rolling on metal. And you see as 4 tubes appear from each corner of the room above the meditation boxes, and 4 metal spheres bonk, land and then open up, revealing buzzsaw-like arms.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Alistair
Marmalade.
turns around.
Marmalade. Everyone see
Yeah,
this?
I'm seeing this too. Owen. This is not. This
Marmalade.
is true. This is real. I'm sorry, guys. Get ready
Alistair-
to fight.
Alistair puts up his hands and says, "That's my fault. Those are very real. I think
Oh.
we should prepare to defend ourselves." All right, and we are in initiative.
Cue combat music.
The saws buzz and whine as these defensive security bots wheel into action. You see as Grisvit Susk begins to incant a spell, and this sheen, almost like a wet filament, begins to glide over him, and he begins to float above the ground. One of these metallic saw orbs then makes its way towards Alistair. Alistair is able to jump, his arms then extend out, and they clamp on to exposed piping in the ceiling, and his whole body just follows, and he is able to dodge the attack from this bladed, orbed monstrosity. Another one makes its way towards you, Ridge. So can I have a contested roll, please?
Sure.
It is going to be a 17.
16. Fail.
Okay. A blade whizzes into your arm, and you take 2 points of damage.
Okay. Yep. Oh.
Thalorg then comes in boom, 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 from behind you. He then grabs it and picks it up and moves it over his head, and then hits it down hard on the stone floor. As he does so, it just shatters into pieces and breaks apart. He then grabs one of the still spinning blade appendages and then holds it in his hand and looks towards one of the others. Owen, it is your turn.
Right. All right. I'm absolutely going to swing me maul at the closest one. When in doubt, maul it out. How does 9 plus 11, 20? How does that go for that guy? One of these.
Yes. 20 definitely beats.
All right. And then he gets smacked for a whopping 6 maul damages.
All right. Bam! A massive rent in this thing's armor causes the body to shake for a moment, and there's a slight malfunctioning and a spark. It is still functional, but it is glitching in its movement. Ridge.
The same one that Owen hit. She's going to rip out her bow, or not rip it out, whip out her bow from her back, knock the returning arrow and shoot it at the most vulnerable looking part of the robot.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, it's a bad roll though. 12.
Okay, the robot rolls out of the way, and the arrow pings off its armor and then returns back to the bow.
Damn. Okay. Then is there anything in the room kind of like jump on top of the meditation pod or something that might make it harder for them to get to me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't you have like cave skills or tunnel skills or something?
Oh,
What was
yeah.
it you got?
I got tunnel fighting and climb. So I'll use I want to climb up on top of a meditation pod.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't need to use your skill for that. That's easy enough to do. So there's the central kind of like nutrient edifice in the middle. You could also climb up on that. That kind of creates
Yeah,
kind
that
of
would be
like
good
an
because
island.
I've got a view all around the room. Yeah.
Cool. That is Dukebone. Dukebone goes,
Oh man, I've been itching for a fight.
he like brings out his massive gun. He like shifts back a few levers and hits a couple of buttons. The gun begins to kind of warm up, and then he fires a beam of scarlet energy. It just misses one of the creatures and goes straight into an exposed pipe. As it does, the pipe explodes and it bursts with vapor, beginning to envelop the space and obscuring your sight.
That was not great.
Owen.
The one that's still at my feet, I'm just going to drive my maul down, trying to squish it like a bug.
Okay. Can you do so? And with a disadvantage, please, as you are finding it difficult to see.
Yes. Okay.
17.
20.
All right.
I rolled 2 9s. Yeah.
Your
Close enough.
honed warrior senses are unaffected.
Yeah, but I'm
roll
only
your
doing.
damage.
I did. I got a 1. I do 1. This is the lowest maul damage I've ever done.
All right. Bang! You feel a reverberation. The creature is not down and out yet. It is going to claw. It's going to whirl back at you, Owen. That was pretty good. That was nearly double sixes. So it's going to be a 19.
Oh yeah, no, that's more than I've got.
Oh, that's a 6 on the die,
You bastard.
which means that you're going to take 14 points of damage.
Oh my god!
Goodness.
What the heck?
I feel like the last time we fought things like this, they were like glass cannons, but we just couldn't hit them.
It did 2 damage to Ridge.
It-
All right.
Like as you whack one of them, another one comes out of the vapor and just slices you across the face.
Me?
Well, you had to get a scar across your face somehow.
Red energy begins to fire down as Alistair's hand has kind of shifted into a pistolet and is firing energy blasts down into the space. You hear an explosion as one of the creatures is destroyed.
Good.
That is end of round token. Go back in. Owen.
Right. Wiping the blood out of my eyes, I'm going to try and 3-wood golf swing this thing at my feet away with me maul, obviously. That is 21.
Definitely beat it.
And this time I do 13 damage.
Explodes from the sheer force of your maul and is destroyed.
Good.
Ridge.
Sniper styles, the first robot fires off an arrow.
Okay.
This time it's 19 to hit.
Oh, sorry. Can you roll with disadvantage, please?
Oh,
Because of the obscuring vapor.
a 17 then.
A 17.
Yep.
Okay. Unfortunately, the arrow goes wide and does not find its target, and then reappears in your bow.
Bloody hell.
Right. You hear another one. You see the silhouette of Thalorg lifting up another one and just smash it against the wall, and you hear a deadening crash and a crunch, and another one has been destroyed as you hear Thalorg cry out in triumph.
Does that mean there's just one left?
There's just one left.
Thank goodness Thalog has the instant delete button.
Another one then rolls towards Dukebone Drung. Dukebone manages to sidestep it and then whipping out a massive machete-like blade, slams it down into the creature. It is not down, but it is damaged. Owen.
Okay. I'm going to stampede over it, the one that's on the ground.
Okay, go for it. Same deal, though, with disadvantage.
Stampede. Okay, 7. Stampede.
14.
16.
16 beats.
Yeah. So a amber light structure forms around Owen as he strides towards the fallen saw ball thing, and it forms the shape of a rhinoceros around him, and he stomps all over it. Stomp, 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 stomp.
Okay. You stomp it into fragments and it is destroyed. The apertures are in the process of like opening and closing on those tubes that appeared. You see as the vague shape of Alistair skittering like a spider and clinging to these pipes begins to make his way down, and with one large claw-like appendage clamps into the pipe, stopping the vapor. As the vapor subsides, Dukebone goes,
Well, that was my bad. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. In the middle of combat, things happen. I've almost died many times in the last however long our adventure's been. Days, weeks, months.
Well, I mean, you won't have to worry about that because this will be your grave.
Well, you're not a very positive force there, Dukebone. I think we're going to be okay. We can get out of this.
Yeah, Dukebone looks at you a little bit confused and he just says,
All right. Anyway, Alistair, what the hell happened?
Alistair, still clamping and now like spot welding the damage, spins his head like 180 degrees, just whook, and says, "Oh, apologies. The security system for the reliquary was a little bit more advanced than I am capable of overriding. Apologies again."
Can we get through?
Well, I suppose we could try and perhaps melt through the first set of steel doors and then perhaps the second set, but that would take several hours to do so.
Can we just
might...
get Thelog to grow big again and heave the doors open like he did last time, or is this a more complicated door?
Thelog just like looks and goes,
I mean, I could try.
The thinking engine takes a moment and says, "That is possible, but there does certainly seem to be some kind of security overlay. I get the feeling and understanding that perhaps this room was not meant to be accessed very easily."
Well then, I think perhaps the best option would be to go to the armory. We might find something there that could help blast through this door.
Yeah, like a flamethrower or something.
Yes, or a chrono bomb.
Oh my God, I like the sound of that. Yeah, let's get one of them.
Okay. Making your way down the slight corridor that leads from the main common space, you can see the door to the armory. And you notice it first, Ridge, because you can see what has been done to this door. It has been covered by a thin membrane of melted wax that has run down the seam of the door and then stamped into the central point of that wax seam is a sigil of demonic warding. On the outside of the door, lying, clearly dead, eyes gouged out, is a demon stalker and 2 repentants.
So what I think I'm seeing from what you just described is that a ward has been placed on the armory to stop the demon getting inside it. And if we were to break the wax, we may actually be allowing the demon to get in there.
There is a distinct possibility. You get the sense that, yes, they have warded off this space to prevent incursion.
Well, everyone, there's a ward on this door. So I think this room has not been disrupted by the demon. But if we break the wax to get in, I think that we would potentially be allowing the demon to get into the armory with potentially catastrophic effects. So maybe a vote? Who thinks we should just go through, and who thinks maybe we should just leave this be?
I vote go through. I feel like you can do it. I mean, we can just go in, can't we? What's the demon going to do? Keep giving us Marmalade visions? It's fine.
Yeah, I agree with Owen here. He all we've got is a couple of little hallucinations. Doesn't seem like this demon has much else in its repertoire.
Remember, the entire crew of this ship seems to have ripped their own eyes out and died because of this demon. I think we're at the early stages of what this demon can do, and we are in much more danger than you are explaining right now.
Okay,
Dukebone turns to Owen and says,
up to you, I guess. You mean your friend here seems to know what they're talking about, so
Yeah. Rich absolutely knows more about this than me by a long shot. So if we don't go through the wax door and we can't get to the reliquary through there, where else can we go?
This is just for Owen. If you open that door, Owen, you and all your friends will die. You will fail everyone. As
Marmalade. Rich, you're marmalading at me, mate.
Well, what do you mean? What happened? I was just saying that I agree. We should cut the wax. I think it's the best way. It's the only way we're going to get the tools we need to get through that other door.
Oh, so you want to go in?
Yeah, I was just asking the group, but I think it's the best path forward.
Yeah, me too. Let's do it.
okay. Can you, Ridge, can I get a history check for you with advantage as you kind of check the seal over?
Okay. Yes, I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Under.
Looking at the various sigils and designs and symbols, you recognize that this is indeed a demonic ward. However, it is not defensive. It is not for keeping something out. It is for keeping something in.
Oh, okay. Sorry, before we go any further, everyone, I was wrong. Whatever this ward is not keeping a demon out. It's keeping a demon in. So when we go through, we are almost certainly going to be in for some kind of dangerous combat. Do we still want to go through?
Hell yeah.
Anything we could do to prepare?
Oh, yeah, I need to eat a coconut crispy biscuit. Actually, thank you for reminding me. I desperately need to do that.
You see as Grisvit Susk makes his way through you all. And as he does so, he says,
I did not get a time to do this during the combat, but I will do it now.
and if you will let me, looking over at Jukebone, he just kind of gives you a thumbs up and a nod. And Grisvik Susk touches you on the shoulder, Ridge. And for a moment, you feel this kind of slimy wetness envelop you. And then that feeling disperses.
She was tempted to say Marmalade just then.
And you have, can you roll for me a D6, please?
A D6, yep.
Yeah.
A 6.
Okay. So you have got like in D&D, you've got like a temporary set of hit points.
Oh, lovely.
Owen, can I have a D6 as well?
Yes, you can. 6, can you believe it?
Okay. You also have a temporary shield of moistened goo that is protecting you from oncoming damage.
Yum. How much of it?
6.
Oh, okay, yes, right.
Thanks, Grisbit. That was a bit terrifying, but thank you. I feel great. Feel very protected.
I kind of liked it.
We are companions. You should be protected.
And then they float back to the back of the group and contemplate their orb.
All right, are we all ready? Everyone need any provisions? Heal themselves up or anything?
Owen wipes some coconut residue off his lips. I'm good.
I can begin to try and bypass the door mechanism if you want to break the seal.
Okay. So break the seal first, and then old Alistair's going to then open the door. Is that right?
Once I have broken through the mechanism, I will tell you that I'm about to open the door, and you can break the seal, and we can do it in tandem.
Cool. Okay, I am ready. She gets her bow out. Her intention is once this happens, she's going to use the arrow to break the seal, and then sort of prepare a shot in case anything comes through.
Okay. You see as Alistair begins to tamper with the panel beside the door, there is a few moments, and then Alistair turns their head towards you and says, ready in 3, 2, 1. The seal is broken. Alistair hits the button. The door opens slowly. As it does, you feel this wave of hot air blow out. You see a flickering amber light. And as the doors open, you see the interior of the space is alight with fire and smoke. The interior is melted into a conflux of slag and dripping metal. And in the center, there is a conflagration of blades and armor, this strange, tall, malformed structure of death. A silvered talon points towards you, and it says,
Marmalade?
Enjoying Tales from the Humpback Sky? Rate, review, and follow wherever you get your podcasts from. It helps more than you think. Thanks for listening.